Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Baze Malbus and from Rogue One. There are spoilers in this content. So Baze Malbus was played by Zhang Wen, and Zhang Wen did a fantastic job of playing Baze Malbus. Baze Malbus is is previously a Guardians of the Wills, one of the Guardian of the Wills. So he is seen first on Jedha. And he is paired with Chirrut Imwe, in that Chirrut Imwe and him have served as Guardians of the Wills previously, but Chirrut tells us that Baze Malbus has lost his faith, and that he really doesn't really believe in the Force anymore. He's very doubtful, right? And now, the one thing, though, is Baze Malbus is incredibly loyal to Chirrut Imwe, and he follows him everywhere he goes, and he protects him, right? So that really is the role that Baze Malbus plays in the movie, is protector of Chirrut Imwe, fallen, and I would say, I'm a huge Dungeons & Dragons fan, I would say that Baze Malbus is a fallen paladin, right? That's one way to understand his character. Personally, I'm really very, very excited to see Asian actors showing up in the Star Wars franchise, making Star Wars overall more accessible to Asian audiences. I think this is a fantastic trend. Just one second. Excuse me. So one of the things that I think is really fascinating about that is actually China is getting all of the Star Wars movies right now as it stands. The Lucasfilms and Disney have to be very careful how they go about this. There are certain things the Chinese audience will not allow in movies. Ghostbusters really was not accepted. The new Ghostbusters was not accepted for release in China because it dealt with ghosts prominently. And so there's a lot of content that China will not allow from the U.S. So Disney has to be careful about how they proceed with the Star Wars films so that they remain accessible. But right now, China is letting in Star Wars movies into China, right? So this is, and I think, I'm really excited about this because Star Wars is so special to me, right? That I watched the first Star Wars movie, Episode 4, when I was 7 years old. It was a really, it was a life-changing experience. To this day, each Star Wars movie brings me a great amount of joy. And I don't want there to be any nation on earth that is denied that joy, especially children and adults, that want to see some great space opera and really want to have fun, want to see high art, I really want that to be accessible to everyone. So I'm really excited that these are being released in China. Zhang Wen, he is an Asian actor, and so I do think, when you have Asian actors, those movies are going to be a little more accessible to Asian audiences. And so it's just really, I really appreciate the work that Zhang Wen did in this film. I'm just so excited that the Star Wars properties are going to be accessible to a much, much larger audience, that they really are becoming global properties, not just in name, but in the composition of the actors that are doing these films. And that is just a wonderful thing, and I'm just really thrilled with Zhang Wen's performance. Back to the character of Baze Malbus. So Baze Malbus, he has this really unique weapon. It appears to be a fully automated laser rifle, and it has significant range, and it has major stopping power. And also, it looks like it can pretty easily cut through Stormtrooper armor, even Death Trooper armor. Baze Malbus is a serious wrecker. Like, he is just a major combat force on the battlefield. And so it's just really fascinating to see him, do his thing. We get to see him use this really special, fully automatic laser rifle multiple times in the film, and every time he lets that thing loose, people are going to get hurt. It's really, really interesting. We really haven't seen a character like this in the Star Wars films, able to put out this much damage this quickly at this type of range. just from a tier tactical perspective, Baze Malbus is always a threat when he's on the battlefield. So just a really great character, really interesting character. I fully enjoyed it, man. The more I just want to take a moment just to say thank you to everyone out there who's watching my videos on Rogue One. Just such a wonderful movie. Made me so happy in every way. Baze Malbus is a big part of that, and just a great character. And I really appreciate his character too, because he is a side character, but I really feel like he is put in there with a great amount of detail. And in the end, when we see him, with Chirrut Imwe, and he is saying, I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me, is really touching, right? Because Baze Malbus has protected his friend all this time, and in the end, he can't protect Chirrut Imwe from doing what he needs to do to serve the rebellion, right? And he respects Chirrut's choice, and he's there with Chirrut Imwe to the very end. And that type of loyalty, that type of friendship, that type of understanding between two friends, it's a very rare thing, and it was a really cool thing to see on camera. And just so thrilled with the Rogue One films. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.